Good afternoon, Fantasy Bay. Mike Williams here with another Week 14 game preview. And today we're going to be going over the Bucs versus the Colts. Let's get it started. So we're going to start with the over-under at 47.5. The spread is -3 Bucs. We're going to start with those Bucs. Jameis Winston. We all know this. We all know who he is at this point. He will throw picks. He will fumble the ball, but he will also throw for 300 yards and 2 or 3 touchdowns. So you're firing him up because fantasy is not reality. And those are good games in fantasy football. Getting the touchdowns, getting the yards. Yeah, he's going to throw a couple picks, but that means he's going to have to air it out more later in the game. Fire up Jameis Winston. He's a top 10 play this week. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are auto starts each week. Don't take them out of your lineup. We don't even need to discuss it. Running backs. Okay, here we go. Here's the thing. Ronald Jones, Peyton Barber. I'm going to need y'all to know this isn't personal because I like y'all. I do. Ronald Jones, I think you're very talented. Sophomore year, I think you got some upside moving in your future. Peyton Barber, I think you still got some juice in the tank. You looked good. You're playing well. You can't trust this backfield. Bruce Arians took out Ronald Jones because he missed one pass protection. He missed one. And he got benched for the rest of the game. You can't start somebody like that in the fantasy playoffs. You can't do it. It's too stressful. What if he misses one coverage? It's insane. So I can't play either of them. I'm actually completely staying away from the backfield. I want nothing to do with it. I think that one of them will emerge and one of them will have a good game. If you want to shoot your shot, that's on you. Do you, boo-boo. But me? No. Not this time. I like them. One of them's going to have a good game. Don't know which one. And that being said, this is not a good matchup. The Colts are very good against the running back position. They're the 5th in the league. Only allowing 14.4 fantasy points a game. I'm good. I don't want either of them this week. O.J. Howard should be a startable player, but he's not, so keep his butt on the bench. Or drop him. I don't have him anymore. I had him in like 4 leagues. I'm very disappointed, but you got to do what you got to do, man. All right, let's get to these Colts. Jacoby Brissett. He's been playing all right, not good enough to play, though, so he's definitely going to ride the bench. Even though the Bucs are allowing a lot of points to the fantasy quarterback, so theoretically he could do well, but I don't think he doesn't have T.Y. Hilton. Chester Rogers, I don't believe is going to be back. It looks like it's going to be the Doyle show. And Zach Pascal, because they may be the last man standing. I think Zach Pascal has a solid game against the Buccaneers. They're the worst against the wide receiver position, so I think he should be pretty solid. And Jack Doyle, I think, is going to be going in. If you could pick him up off of waivers, that's going to be a very nice waiver pickup. I think Marlon Mack, I'm not quite sure right now, but I think Marlon Mack may be back. And if he is back, I like to temper my expectations on players coming back from injury. And on top of that, this is a terrible, terrible matchup. The Bucs are one of the best teams in the league against the running back position. So even if he is back, I think he has a mediocre game at best. They're not running all over the Bucs. And he's not a type of person who's going to catch it in the air. That's the Nyheim Hines. I think Jonathan Williams goes back to a reserved role behind Marlon Mack once he gets back. But if Marlon Mack is out, I think that Jonathan Williams is going to take the mantle. And he's going to spend a little bit of time with Nyheim Hines. And I think that's I guess you could play the Colts defense. The playing defenses against the Bucs is tricky to me. And not because I'm a Bucs fan. But Jameis can always throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Like any week he can do that. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. So he's going to throw a pick or two and you're getting those guaranteed points. But if he's dropping 35 points and 300 something yards, you're still going to have a poor game on the defense. So you could play him if you want. Low end start though. All right. If you have any questions, hit me up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my social media down below, and good luck this week. Peace.